Oh, hey, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I know all of you neurotic folks watching this are seeing leprechauns hiding everywhere. Behind trees, in your car, perhaps lurking around your office cubicle. St. Patty's Day always brings to mind that hope of following the rainbow to your own pot of proverbial gold, right? Well, here we are in the third month of 2016, and many of our New Year's goals, hopes, and dreams for the year have literally been trampled, stomped on, and are, like that sneaky leprechaun, hard to find. But rather than wasting a perfectly good holiday talking about the financial markets or trying to make up something funny about leprechauns, corned beef, and green beer, or green French toast, as is tradition in the Smith household, I'd rather focus today's thought on what really matters most this time of year. Your NCAA bracket. Now, as the tournament starts at noon today, currently all of us are the champions of our brackets. We all have high hopes that we'll get every pick right, and Warren Buffett, that's right, Warren Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway has said he'll give us $1 million a year for life if we pick them all correctly. Wouldn't that be nice? But meanwhile, I want to take you through a few thoughts that you might find valuable for your bracket, whatever your office pool is paying. Of course, there are those easy picks like Duke beating up on their opponent, or Virginia not only beating Hampton, who they face in the first half, but their starters vacationing in the Hamptons during the second half while the scrubs finish the win. For all of you Indiana fans, watch out. This isn't the movie Hoosiers, and Gene Hackman isn't here. This game against Chattanooga could be a lot closer than you think. Another interesting game that could get ugly, and I mean ugly as in get ready to adjust your TV's tent due to the obnoxious jerseys and volume during the victims screaming. Well, what game is it? It's the Baylor game, where they're going to be playing the smart kids from Yale, who, yes, will be their bosses someday, but for this one day, it's Baylor's day. And for anyone out there who doesn't care about hoops but loves Kevin Costner, right? Great actor. Bet on Tatanka, Buffalo, to upset Miami, and Dwayne Wade, right? In round one. In addition, proven tournament underachiever Arizona should finally get a reasonable cakewalk in Wichita State, who barely got by Vanderbilt. Think more smart kids. Lastly, of course, the Kentucky Wildcats will likely do their best Rolling Stones impression as they roll over Stony Brook. Don't believe what you read in the paper. It's going to be a blowout. Go Cats. Okay, Friday's brackets. I'm expecting VCU, hey, I've got a thing for schools that have 3 initials, don't judge, to upset the Oregon State Beavers. I also anticipate that Hawaii and their seniors won't be as affected by the time change as the boys in Cali. So Hawaii may give California a run for their money. Despite Cal having 2 likely first-round NBA draft prospects, they're a young team, and experience counts in the NCAA tourney. That could be the difference. Look out for Maryland, too. They were the 3rd highest ranked preseason team, behind Kentucky, of course, but the 3rd highest ranked. And they've got all the same tools put together that could lead to a very, very decent NCAA tournament run. I'm also rooting for Pitt. No, not the Steelers. Never the Steelers, as a Seahawks fan. I'm rooting for Pitt basketball. That's right, basketball, to upset the Wisconsin Badgers. Because as a Kentucky fan, I still blame Bucky, the mascot, for ruining our perfect season last year. It had nothing to do with the way Kentucky played, of course. And I'm looking at West Virginia, too. Another tie to this area, former Cincinnati Bearcat coach Bob Huggins has that team playing at a very high level. The West Virginia defense swarms at all times on every player. It's really fun from a defensive standpoint, but it's exhausting to watch. Lastly, while I do see Texas A&M moving on, I see Northern Iowa ruining the expected prom date between the Aggies and the Longhorns. Not going to happen. They've moved on. Conferences don't matter now. As for the overall tournament, the teams I'll be rooting for are Maryland to win the South bracket, the Oregon Ducks to win the West, Michigan State, sorry Michigan fans, to win the Midwest, and of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't pick the Kentucky Wildcats, sorry Louisville, to win the East bracket. There you have it, folks. Those are my picks. Good luck to you and your bracket, and we all hope you win your office pool, even if it's not a pot of gold. Lastly, a word to everyone in the Family Financial Partners office who's been furiously taking notes. These in no way, shape, or form represent my picks in our office pool. Or do they? Until next time.